Tonight on 12 News, a deadly shooting leaves one man dead on Frontage Road in Jackson. We'll show you the latest details. Plus, more concerns about the Delta variant of COVID-19 and how it's affecting the Magnolia State. Welcome to 12 News at 5:30. I'm John Conway. Topping the news tonight, Jackson police are investigating a shooting that left one man dead in South Jackson. According to the Jackson Police Department, 34-year-old Denzel Collins was found dead this morning. His body was found lying on the street on Frontage Road between McDowell Road and Daniel Lake Boulevard. Police say Collins had multiple gunshot wounds to his body and had been run over by a car. There are no suspects at this time, and we will update you as soon as we learn more. And a court in central Russia arraigned a suspect on murder charges in the death of an American woman studying at a local university there. 34-year-old Catherine Saru was found dead Saturday in a wooded area. She had been missing since Tuesday. Her mother, Becky Saru of Vicksburg, Mississippi, told National Public Radio that her daughter had last texted her, quote, "In a car with a stranger, I hope I'm not being abducted," unquote. We have not confirmed yet if Catherine is from Vicksburg or ever lived there, but we are working to confirm those details. Russian news reports have identified the suspect as Alexander Popov and say that he had a record of violent crimes. He faces up to life in prison if convicted of murder. With COVID cases on the decline, some folks are worried about whether or not they're protected against coronavirus variants. Former FDA Commissioner Dr. Scott Gottlieb says the Delta variant of COVID-19, quote, doesn't necessarily appear more dangerous, but it is infecting people more easily. The highly contagious Delta variant of COVID, which was first discovered in India, is on its way to becoming the dominant strain in the United States. The variant has spread to at least 42 states, including here in Mississippi. Protection from the Delta variant is greatly lowered to only 33% if you do not get both shots of vaccine that requires 2 doses.
Varies widely between states. So Connecticut, for example, where I am, shows no upsurge of infection, but Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Missouri show very substantial upsurges of infection. It's based entirely on how much population-wide immunity you have based on vaccination.
According to the Mississippi Department of Health, there are currently 11 cases of the Delta variant in Mississippi, with 7 of those cases in Hinds County. The Magnolia State has the lowest vaccination rate in the country, with only about 900,000 people of the state's nearly 3 million fully vaccinated. And on Tuesday, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden will travel to Jackson, where she will visit vaccine sites and encourage everyone in those communities to get vaccinated. She will be joined by House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Representative Benny Thompson and Jackson Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba. And while leaders are pushing for more people to take coronavirus vaccines, the Jackson Public School District is hosting a different type of vaccine clinic. Tomorrow, June 21st, and again on June 22nd, JPS will hold a Tdap vaccination clinic at Blackburn Middle School for 7th graders. The vaccines will be administered from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and walk-ins will be accepted. Each student will need to bring in a Tdap consent form signed by their legal guardians to receive their shot. That consent form will be available at the clinic site. One local Jackson councilman decided to take Father's Day to the next level, naming a Father of the Year in his ward. Councilman Kenneth Stokes recognized Elijah Jones III as Father of the Year in Ward 3. Elijah Jones is a widower who raised his sons alone and went on to start his own business. Stokes says that Jones is a perfect example of what Father's Day means.
I really appreciate this award. It hadn't been easy, you know, it's a hard job raising kids, and so they're men now, so I give it over to them.
My dad is a very honorable man. You know, of course, I wouldn't be here and who I am today without him. I can say he's been a prime example of a father, of a man. You know, he's led the way and he showed us how to do it. From me, my older brother, even some of my friends.
Elijah and Shepard Jones own and operate their own seamless gutter company. Tonight isn't just the official start of summer, but also Alzheimer's Awareness Month. And one local organization is making good use of the longest day of the year. In Mississippi, there are over 57,000 folks with Alzheimer's disease or another form of dementia, and Saturday is the day that the Mississippi chapter of the association does its longest day of fundraising for Alzheimer's research. Alzheimer's is a type of brain disorder that causes problems with memory, thinking, and behavior. It's also a gradually progressive condition. The Mississippi chapter of the Alzheimer's Association says there are 10 ways to love your brain. Those include exercise, lowering your blood pressure, getting diabetes under control, protecting yourself from head injury, healthy eating, playing challenging mental games like puzzles, and staying socially active. They say these are things you could do today for a better tomorrow because there are several misconceptions about Alzheimer's.
The biggest one is that Alzheimer's is a normal part of aging, and it's not. It is a disease process, and there are things you can do about it. You know, it's not something that you just have to accept that this is your future and go with it. There are things you can do to reduce your risk factors, which is what June is all about for Alzheimer's Brain Health Awareness Month.
They call it fighting the darkness of Alzheimer's, and people from across the world will independently fundraise through activities of their choice. Down in the Pine Belt, folks got their groove on as a part of the Festival South. The event is Mississippi's only multi-week festival, presenting a variety of musical and arts-related entertainment that aims to transcend social, cultural, and economic lines. The festival in Hattiesburg is known for its exceptional performing and visual artists during the month of June. One of the premier events was the Festival Jazz, which featured a compilation of musics by Hattiesburg's very own Bobby Bryant, a world-renowned jazz performer.
It brought back memories of hearing him play at home. It brought back memories of missing him play at home. That Cristo Redemptor, I have to admit, I lost it. But it was a good feeling to have heard it again and to see the emphasis of these gentlemen, the emphasis they put into that song. It's heartwarming.
The compilation was played by jazz artists also from the Hattiesburg area, and a family who flew in from California received keys to the hub city. Still ahead, competition at the U.S. Open wrapped up today in spectacular fashion at Torrey Pines. Sports Zone 12's Haley Hunter has the details coming up after this break. You're watching 12 News.